Well, I just got back from the garden and look at this huge, it says it's field mustard. Ignore the dishes in my sink because that's just the way it is. I've got these in a bowl. I've got some smaller ones, but these are humongous. We've got some arugula and some butter crunch lettuce in here. And I've got some radish. These are the radishes. I do have more, but I didn't really care to have too much more in my salad. I've got some chives. I've got my first zucchini. We're going to get this all cut up and add it to some other ingredients and make a fabulous dinner. I did go ahead and cut the big stems that were on the big pieces of the mustard green. We're going to get this chopped up and into our salad spinner. I've got all the chives cut up. I'm letting this dry off a little bit. I did strain it. I put it through the salad spinner, and you can see there's quite a good amount. We are going to use all of this, not for just this meal. I like to make a lot ahead of time and then have it prepared for another time. So my zucchini, I usually use the spiralizer and make spirals with my zucchini, but I'm kind of lazy. We just got back from a long drive, and it is just time to get this done. So we're just going to cut this up into tiny little squares. So growing from a garden is really good for self-reliance. If you have children, I think it is a wonderful tool to help them understand where food really comes from and that you can make it nice and healthy for yourself. Kids don't want to hear that it's healthy because they don't think it's good. But this stuff is so tender. I think growing a garden would be a good thing. It's a good, try to get them out there to weed or do anything is one thing, but if you can get past that and have them harvest and see what they started with, maybe plant some tiny little seeds and watch it grow, have them water it, they could really maybe benefit from that. I think that would be a wonderful thing to do. I did that with my kids. Some of them like gardening, other ones don't, and that's just the way it goes. You can't please everybody. But having a fresh food already and prepared, well, not prepared, but already in your garden, just going out and picking it is wonderful. This is my compost bucket. I threw all my coffee grinds in here and any food scraps that I have. I'm just going to cut the ends of these radishes off right into here and put it back in the earth so it can benefit from that. So I always use this bucket to put my scraps in, and every day we're dumping it back into the earth, making more better dirt, better for growing. When you start a garden, sometimes you need to fix the soil. It could need some nitrogen, maybe some potassium, and that's just something that you can figure out. You can go take it to your local farm store where they have soil testing, and you can amend your soil and make it how it needs to be so it has the nutrients to bring up from the earth and feed you. What's nice about having a summer salad, you can have it with just vegetables. If you have some fruit, you could add maybe a green apple, maybe a sweet apple, maybe some peaches. We are going to add strawberries to ours tonight, blueberries, whatever you would like in it. You don't have to add it, but it adds just that extra little bit. If you wanted to make it more of a meal where you didn't want to just have salad, you can add like cooked up chicken to it. Like chicken breast is really good with it. You could crumble up some burger, put it in there, maybe some bacon, whatever you like. Okay, we're going to add in our greens, and there's going to be a lot of greens, but I've got some tomatoes we're going to add in here and some peppers that I have from the store. And the reason we are using these from the store is because these are not growing in the garden as of yet. So peppers and cucumbers are still coming along. I've got a lot of zucchini coming, so that'll be a wonderful addition to all the meals that I make. When I make a salad ahead of time, and I know that we're going to have it for a couple days, I don't put like the cucumbers because they get watered down pretty quick. I don't put those inside the salad. I do put those in a separate container and have those on the side. Growing a garden in the summer with children is a great benefit to them because they can learn how to be self-sustainable. They can know that if they put a little bit money and work into something, they come out with a much bigger item and more of it. I think that's a wonderful thing for kids nowadays, that they learn how to be self-sufficient and get off their social media devices, kind of do things for themselves and feel great about themselves and feel proud of the work that they did. You can see my big messy kitchen. So these are the strawberries that we grew. Now I've got these were in the fridge. I'm just going to take off the tops with the top of a spoon, and I'm going to put them in a separate bowl. I'm going to slice them up a little bit, put them in a separate bowl, because I'm going to have the salad for a couple of days. Today we're going to have strawberries in it. Tomorrow we might have some other fruit, some other items, so I don't want to mix it all yet. Now if you don't have a garden but you're thinking about it, you can always do that next year. Plan ahead what you might need and things like that. Go to your local farm markets. They have food that they've grew themselves, and a lot of people just grow it to sell it, and you can have better nourishment for yourself. Great flavor because it's right from outside. The sun gave it all these nutrients that it needs, the earth and the water. All those minerals are important to you. So wonderful way to get kids to want to maybe be part of gardening. Grow some strawberries. They are fabulous. Another great reason to maybe have a garden and grow some fruits or vegetables. We have a lot of fruit trees, apple trees, pear, plum, cherry, and peach. And we just got a crab apple, and we're thinking about getting an apricot. So just know that, you know, once the trees grow and produce fruit, the kids could maybe be in charge of picking, maybe keeping things cleaned up on the trees while they're growing, picking them and then selling them. So it's a great way they can go into like a business and learning how to use what they grow to make a source of money. So you can see my compost bucket that will be going into the compost later tonight has a lot of the greens, the stems. I've got the seeds from the peppers in there, the peels from the cucumber. So we're taking from the earth as it gives us good stuff, and then we're giving back. So now that I've got everything together, this, believe it or not, is a pretty big bowl, and this is going to be my salad bowl. This will be Mark's. We do eat all this. We're pretty active and we stay healthy, so we like to eat good food when we've got it. We'll get this mixed up, and we're just going to grab some of this out. I did not go and put all of the spinach in the bowl because that would have just been too much. So after we get our serving out of here, then I'll add the rest of this in there. I could put this in a separate dish or in a bag and put it in the fridge till we're ready to use it. Next, we're going to scoop in some tomatoes, and because these tomatoes are really ripe and they need to get used up soon, I'm only going to put them on our salad tonight. We were not going to put them inside the other container that we would save for another day. Same with the watermelon, yeah, the strawberries and the cucumber. So we'll get this all added. Cucumbers are in, and our strawberries. I'm going to use a nice big helping. We're going to get these eaten up. We have strawberries galore. We just started selling them this year. They're going really well. So that is a great blessing to have that after we've had those strawberries patches for 3, 4, 5 years, something like that. Doesn't that look lovely? I think I might even add some cottage cheese to the top of this. Cottage cheese. Nice summer dish. Now if I want, I can add a little salt and pepper to that to add that extra flavor to our salad. I am probably going to use a vinaigrette type dressing. Mark will use a creamy, what does he like? Poppy seed dressing. Well, I added the salt and pepper and the dressing on the side. Let's get a taste, see if we can't get a little bit of everything in there. You know, the leaves on the lettuces are rather tender. They're rather not bitter, I should say, because they're so young. Throw that on there. Wow. The cottage cheese with the seasoning, salt, pepper, the crunch of the greens. Oh, of course, the strawberries take the cake. And the juiciness of the tomato and the cucumber, crunch, it is fabulous. I hope you go to your farmer's market, get yourself some fabulous salad makings, and make up your own creation. I told Mark, I called him on the phone, he's out picking strawberries. I said, "Showeth, knoweth, brown coweth." He wanted to know where I got all the thiths from. I told him I went to the thrift store.